Hey guys, SaintsKnight here. Welcome you guys back to the channel here with what possibly may be the most anticipated movie review of possibly our channel, maybe of all time actually, for us at least. And it is a review of the Freddie Mercury biopic Bohemian Rhapsody. Now, if you guys don't actually, if you guys are new to the channel and don't watch our reviews, basically there will be absolutely zero spoilers whatsoever. This is just my personal opinions, just to put on the record. And also, note, this is also an unbiased opinion. Well, I can't say it's unbiased, but this review is just my silly personal opinion. So wherever you agree with it, good. If you don't agree with it, good. This is just my silly personal opinion. Whatever your thoughts, if you have any, leave in the comments down below. And also take this review with a pinch of salt. So without further ado, let's dive in. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do want to keep seeing these movie reviews on the channel, you know what to do. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. So without further ado, let's dive in and talk about Bohemian Rhapsody. Now, if you guys don't know, or if you haven't seen my reaction video to one of the trailers for the movie, I'm a huge Queen fan. I mean, if you couldn't tell, I am a huge Queen fan. So when I heard that they were doing a Freddie Mercury biopic all that 10 years ago, I was excited. Now it's actually out. I have to say, I was a bit hesitant. I was a bit nervous with this because it was announced 10 years ago, and there was a lot of problems. Bryan Singer was attached to it. Yeah, he left. Somebody else got put into it. Yeah, Bryan Singer still got the director's credit for this movie due to the Directors Guild of America's guidelines on that sort of thing. But it's now here. And after actually having seen it twice, actually, I can conclude that even if you're not a Queen fan, you have to watch this movie. Because this movie is an experience. It has to be experienced for yourself. I mean, my review of this probably can't do it justice on how good, how entertaining, how breathtaking it is. Which is why, short version of the review, you're gonna have to go out and watch it. But for those people who actually want an in-depth analysis as to why, well, here it is. Basically, if you don't know what this film's about, it's basically about Queen, and it's and their it highlights some of their best performances, from their beginnings to the big Live Aid performance, which isn't it. Before you say time to go, it's a heavy feature in a lot of the trailers, so it's not really a spoiler. But what did I think? Well, honestly, I have to get the positives out of the way first, and well, it being a Queen movie, it being a Freddie Mercury biopic, you would know that it would be common knowledge that the soundtrack would be very awesome, and this movie has a brilliant soundtrack featuring some of Queen's best hits, of course, the title, Bohemian Rhapsody, Another One Bites the Dust, all that sort of stuff, all the best stuff, even from the Queen greatest hits, are a lot of it. So if you're a Queen fan, you'll definitely be liking the soundtrack to this. If you're not, you'll still find some to actually get yourself moving to, you know. And as well as that, you can't have a this movie would have been a huge disappointment if the actors that they got to play Freddie Mercury, Brian May, and the other cast, actually the other ensembles of Queen, were complete garbage. Now, thankfully, Rami Malek does a fantastic job of capturing Freddie's eccentricity, his stage persona, his accent. He even nails the look. He even nails the look of Freddie Mercury down, and he's also got great gravitas to that role. And honestly, same goes to the actor who plays Brian May. Actually, now I actually like. If you look at the, yeah, actually, you know what? I'm gonna put a comparison. Pay attention. That is Brian May. Now, what I'm gonna do, if I can, is put a picture up here of the actor who plays Brian May in Bohemian Rhapsody. Now, if you just look at that and then look at that, if I can get it up there, the resemblance is uncanny. Hell, the actor even sounds like Brian May, and that's a huge compliment. And of course, it can't be a song about Queen if the musical vocals from like all the performers and all were really bad. And I have to say, that was probably one of my biggest fears. If you've seen my trailer reaction, you would know that this was my biggest fear of the movie. About how could you get Freddie Mercury's vocals? How can you ever match the vocals, like the legendary vocals of Freddie Mercury? Thankfully, they do it justice. What they actually did was actually quite clever. Is they actually used a sound-alike, which I actually checked them out on YouTube. He is superb. He does a spot-on Freddie Mercury impression, and he absolutely hits the nail on the head. And I also use like some sound clips of Freddie Mercury, and the directors and like everyone involved said they actually wanted to use as much as Freddie Mercury's actual voice as possible, and it shows. They don't use it a lot, which I was surprised about. I thought they would actually just dub the music with Freddie Mercury's voice, like actual Freddie Mercury's voice. But they actually get a heavy mix up. They sound like Rami Malek himself and Freddie Mercury, which, all in all, actually make the vocals on point and really very accurate. As well as that, this movie is actually very emotional. Now, the reason actually probably because it goes through a lot of high points and low points of not just Queen's like career, from the ups to downs, the sort of rocky period, but also for Freddie Mercury's own personal life with some of it like from his like family, like his solo career and all that sort of stuff. And that makes it very actually, and the emotional moments actually do get hit home on the head hard. And one last thing that is really good is that a lot of the scenery was actually breathtaking. I mean, as soon as I saw, not a spoiler because, again, in the trailers, when I saw the Live Aid, like recreation. Now, I have parents who saw the Live Aid performance. They weren't there, but they were like watching it from their TVs. And oh my god, when I saw it, my jaw, and I'm sure that every single other person in the theaters, my jaws dropped to. I was like that. Well, mainly like that. See? Because the detail was fantastic. It was well done, and I love that they even did like a competition beforehand where you could submit your voice, so you could be part of the Live Aid actually with the crowd of Live Aid actually singing along to Freddie Mercury as he's playing the thing, which really good job, and I think that actually makes it really good. Is it a perfect movie? No, it's not a perfect movie. However, there is one glaring omission in a Freddie Mercury biopic that I need to address in this, because if I don't address it, I'm gonna have a lot of people hating me in the comments, and I don't want that. Now, when you're playing Freddie Mercury, when you're playing a real life person, you always run the risk of either leaving out important stuff in their lives, completely glossing over it, or watering it down for general audiences. Which, unfortunately, Bohemian Rhapsody does to possibly one of the most important aspects of the Freddie Mercury biopic, and that is his sexuality. They play that sort of down a little bit more, and they actually put up more of the friendship of his wife, ex-wife, in the film. Which, don't get me wrong, the relationship between them two is good in the movie. It's really convincing. But I don't know. I think a lot of people would actually want some more focus, some more time put to Freddie's sexuality. It's like people were disappointed whenever it was announced that Dumbledore's sexuality will not be discussed in Fantastic Beasts: Crimes of Grindelwald, because Dumbledore's sexuality, everyone knows that Dumbledore's gay. J.K. Rowling even confirmed that he was gay, and yet they weren't going to touch that in the new movie, and a lot of people are pissed off. This is probably the same aspect as well, but this one's worse because it's based on reality. This one's based on a real life actual person, and all this stuff actually happened to an extent. All based on true story movies. Tell the truth to a certain extent, which, I mean, sometimes works, sometimes don't. This time it works, but could have added a little bit more. Now, overall, I could keep going on and on about all day about how a lot of things were really good about this film, but I'm just gonna call it to the final verdict now. I mean, after seeing it after seeing it twice, I would have thought that my likeness of the movie would have actually gone down, but actually instead it actually went up a lot. Up so much that okay, my final verdict is going to be a 10 out of 10. It is, without a doubt, a great experience that you must see. If you're a Queen fan, it is a must watch. If you're not a Queen fan, but you still like music, it is a must watch. If you want something to bring out, if you want something to watch with the family, your mom, your dad, your granddad, bring them, go see this movie because it needs a lot of attention. So Bohemian Rhapsody gets a 10 out of 10. So that's what I thought about Bohemian Rhapsody. What did you guys think? Whatever your thoughts, whatever your opinions, leave in the comments down below. And apart from that, I'm afraid it's now time to end today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then please do me a huge favor. Smash the thumbs up button, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and if you are not new, then do not forget to click the bell icon next to the subscribe button to get notified on all of our upcoming videos. And apart from that, guys, we will see you in the next video. So until then, it's your boy SaintsKnight here, signing off.